What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Market Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're in the Market Marauders investment channel, helps you to find the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below, like, comment, and share. Now, recently, today, just went off air, Trump has passed his executive order. So what does that mean for us as Americans, and how does that affect you in the stock market? So I'm going to briefly go over some of the things that he talked about, so just everybody's up to date, and update on the stimulus and how that's going to relate to the bill that was just passed. So first on here, he passed the payroll tax beginning September 1st. So basically, if you are employed, you will make more money because you don't have to pay payroll taxes. So yay for that. But it doesn't really help people who are currently unemployed at the current moment. Additionally, he talked about HHS, which is United States Department of Health and Human Services, and the CDC, Center for Disease Control, adding additional funding to them to help out with relief. So basically, HHS helps people who have been displaced, can't pay their rent or mortgage, and helps out people with housing situations. It's a government department that helps in that case, so he's going to add additional funding for that. Also for CDC, there'll be additional funding for them as well. If you know, the CDC is basically the group that gives the guidelines for how the world is regulated from the pandemic situation. So when masks was suggested, they were the people who had the data basically behind that to go out and say why you should be wearing a mask. So there are a lot of good research comes from them, explaining the different levels of infection and how to prevent it. So basically explaining the house hand sanitizer and other antibacterial things can help to prevent the spread of disease. So very good that funding is going towards them. Also, he said $400 per week will be given out for unemployment. So it's not going to be $600 anymore, but $400. The reason that he said that this bill was basically, or executive order was passed, was because that Democrats and Republicans could not come to an agreement. So he basically passed these executive orders for that to be done. So $400 instead of $600, which I know will help people. It's better than nothing, which has been what people have had just waiting around for, the deliberation to come to a conclusion. So to me, that number is a lot more than just not having anything since it was currently cut off. He also spoke about relief for student loans and 0% interest, extended until December. So currently on September 30th, the student loan repayment plan would have started back and interest would start accruing. But he talked about extending that until the end of the year, which is December. So that's good for all you all that have student loans out there. Definitely, a relief for that is definitely going to help out. But one of the main things that he talked about that I want to touch on is capital gains tax cuts. So if you're familiar with trading stocks, what the whole channel is about, trading stocks, capital gains tax is what you pay at the end of the year from trading. And it's basically the amount of money that you pay for your capital gain. So let's say, whatever tax bracket you are, you'll take that money and it'll have capital gains tax. So, all the money you make in the stock market is not tax free. So don't think that it is tax free. If you have been thinking that it's tax free to begin with, it's not. But, having a tax cut and capital gains tax is a pretty huge deal in my personal opinion, just for the fact that it's an incentive for people to invest into the economy. So how does this affect the economy as a whole? People start investing, but if you have capital gains tax, it kind of limits the amount of money people are going to want to put into the market. because they know all those returns are going to be taxed. But if there's a capital gains tax, that means that, the sky's really the limit when it comes to capital gains tax. Now, if you're making, you hear those YouTubers that are like, oh, I turned, $10,000 into $2 million. Well, they paid capital gains tax on that, but that was based on their tax bracket. Now, imagine if that amount was lower, then they would have more money to put into their pockets. So I think it's positive all the way around for a capital gains tax cut, especially, for the investment community. And I think, once that happens, then, you're going to definitely see a boom in people investing, especially, long-term, which is in dividend stocks, as well as, stocks in general. With that being said, how does this affect, the market, and what stocks am I going to be watching to see in the future how this bill will affect the market? Let's jump into that. So the ones that we keep my eyes out on are ticker sign SPY for SPY, UUP for Investco DB, US dollar bullish, GLD for SPDR gold shares, and SLV. So if we go to SPY, SPY basically tracks the S&P 500. So if we look, the S&P 500 ended at $334.57. So it's almost at, a record high. It's still pretty high, especially considering where it was in March. Let me see if I can expand this out some so we can see the quite dramatic difference that it was at. So if we see, this is a pretty large run up compared to where we were at. So it fell off quite a bit, but as you see on here, it has gone up tremendously, and it has just continued to go up on a crazy, run up. So if we go to the months on here, go back to when the crash or supposed crash happened, we can see, it's just continued to go up. Just continue to run up, which is fantastic news. And, especially in his talk, he talked about a lot of things involving, stimulating the market and having the whole economy go up. So with that being said, I think, a lot more money is going to be flooded into the economy, which is definitely going to affect SPY, which definitely, to me, will denote that this SPY is just going to continue a crazy rip upwards, and on Monday it's going to be green. One to also look at is ticker sign UUP. Now this one tracks the dollar bill as being bullish. I believe that this one is going to continue falling. It went up some when talks had started about the whole reimbursement or the whole stimulus. But I think, in my personal opinion, that it's going to be, a little bit bearish. I think it's going to go down because, they're giving more money out, and, that's just basically going to deflate or devalue the dollar. So I think, with that being said, you're going to see UUP continue to go down. Now, another one that I'm going to be looking at is GLD, and that's for gold. Gold is at an all-time high. It's just been a crazy tear since the talks have began. If we look on here, it's just been crazy. Going to the 30-minute chart, it's been pretty high. And we can see that it's just continued to go up. Very bullish, extremely bullish on gold. And I expect this to continue to go up as well, especially after this executive order has been signed. Going into the last one on here, we got SLV for silver. Definitely expect silver to go up just because silver tracks gold. So as gold goes up, silver will go up as well. So both of those, I'm very bullish on both of those long term, as well as SPY. And we'll see on Monday how it actually performs in the market. I hope everybody's able to lock some profits in next week. I'll try to upload some videos next week. If you want to sign up for Webull and get 2 free stocks, or if you want to sign up for Robinhood and get a free stock, I have a link down below in the description. Good luck to everybody out there trading, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.